Hello? Hello, chatters. People of chat. Hello, chatters. Hello, hello, hello. Rumi goes to thank you for the tier 1. A Lord of Mine, thank you for the tier 1. A Solano, thank you for the tier 2, the Prime for 2 months. Oh my gosh, I can't read. Tabitha, thank you for the tier 1 for 6 months in a row. Akoi Raran, thank you for the tier 1 for 4 months in a row. Death Val 606, thank you for the tier 1 for 8 months in a row. Axolati, thank you for the tier 1 for 6 months in a row. And Dana V, thank you for the tier 1 for 3 months in a row. Pog. Hi, chatters. Hello there, people of chat. How many of you watched the Tommy stream just now? Literally, fever dream. Annie, that was the 5 tier 1s. Kiki, thank you for the tier 1 for 4 months in a row. The music has ended. This is not good. We do not sound like streamer. Tell me this music is scuffed, by the way. Makea, thank you for the tier 1. Feralization, thank you for the tier 1 for 4 months in a row. Space Moo, thank you for the Prime. And Freyjax, thank you for the 5 tier 1s. Big C, they say. Oh no. Oh no. Jess, thank you for the tier 2 for 8 months in a row. I hope Big C is not what I think it is. The mods are so mad I brought it up. That's too funny. It's too funny not to. It's too funny not to. Anatomica, thank you for the tier for 8 months in a row. Grim Jagger, thank you for the 5 tier 1s. Chandler, thank you for the tier 2 for 11 months. And H. Jonkabo, thank you for the tier 1 for 8 months in a row. How's your plant boy doing on your desk? Yikes, missed a stream or two, haven't you? Jana, 15, thank you for the 10 tier 1s. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. They're gonna ban Big C, chat. Enough Big C, enough Big C. He's already Big Q. That one's an absolutely humongous C. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Fit check. Pet the mods, chat. Pet the mods. We love them. 2 million muffins. That BBH merch. 2 million muffins. 2 million muffins. Vorsung stuck in quarantine, but I can't stop that Awesamdude grind. True champ. True champ. Hold on, someone's knocking. Got a little awesome delivery in here. I got food! I got food! I got food ski! Ah. I forgot that we were getting food. I should have waited to go live till after I ate. Oh, golly, I couldn't do it. I couldn't put my straw in the drink. Carol, for you, thank you for the tier 1, and Genocide, thank you for the tier 1 for 11 months in a row. Awesome roommate coming in clutch. Some food ski. Food ski. Share? Never. I don't share here. We do not share. We do not share. No sharing, no sharing, no sharing. Chat goes hungry. Chat goes hungry here. Chat goes hungry. That being said, now I just want to eat. This is an awkward segue into us streaming on the SMP, but now I just want to eat. I'm going on the SMP and we're just gonna eat. Oh, we're in a snow blizzard right now. Look at this. We're in a blizzard right now. This is perfect eating weather. What should we do while I eat? I didn't really get enough food to share this time, chat. It's not really a shareable meal. This is a single person meal that I have. Like, I'm gonna go hungry if I share. Tessa is stressed, thank you for the tier 1, and QQ100, thank you for the tier 1 for 5 months in a row, appreciate it. Watch me 360 this guy. They call me Cadmus Everdeen. Media share? I don't know how many mods are there. I don't know if there's enough mods here for media share. We could react to Andy. Oh, I'm replaying songs. Bad streamer moment. Bad streamer moment. Okay. I'll share, chat. I'll share a little bit. You guys can have a single waffle fry. Here. Take this waffle fry, chat. Enjoy it. Nom nom. Nom nom nom. There you go. I gave you a waffle fry. I gave you guys some waffle fries. There you go. There you go. Little waffle fry for chat. Happy Saturday. If you won't feed us, I will simply go elsewhere. I did. Aro Celeb, the tier 2 for 9 months in a row. Dried Oranges, thank you for the prime for 8 months in a row. And Meech Peak, thank you for the tier 1 for 10 months in a row. And Aimer, thank you for the tier 1 for 7 months. Nom nom nom, they say. Thank you for the food, Sam. I have fed the chat. The chat has been fully fed. Sniper. Oh. Sniper. You guys need a sip of the drink? Here you go. It's sweet tea. Go on. Get you some sweet tea. Nom nom nom. There. We've shared, chat. We've shared. Who's one thing? Currently thanking Hurricane Henry for getting me off work today so I can watch the stream. True champ. The Hurricane has done something good. Pog. You know what? Why are we not sleeping right now? Hold on, chat. Everyone needs to pet the mods right now. I think the mods are willing. We don't have not all the mods are here right now because this is I very impromptu this upon them. The idea of us doing media share, and I think the mods are going to absolutely pop off, and they're gonna do this for us. Even though I feel like it's gonna be a lot of work for them. Everyone say thank you. Pet the mods. Mods, look at all this encouragement. Okay, seriously though, tell me mods if you think we can do it. Let's do it. Ho for Rowan, thank you for the tier 2. Boron Space, thank you for the tier 1 for 2 months in a row. And Super Steph, thank you for the 5 tier 1s. We love the mods. True. Okay, the mods said that they're down with it. I'll go to just chatting. Actually, do I want to go to just chatting? I'm gonna be eating. How am I gonna do this? Hold on, I'm opening up the thing. Output timer. Oh, wow. I could like set a timer for like how long I want to stream? Weird. Did not know that was a thing. Captions? Oh, they didn't work for me though. Like nothing showed up. Anyways, our stuff's getting blown up. Saved. We saved it. We're good. Okay, we're good. Saved. Whose boat? That's true. They are the heroes of this story. Jay, thank you so much for the 5 tier 1s, by the way. Okay. Oh, you guys can't see. Bad things happened. All this just got blown up, but I saved it. Don't worry. I saved it. No worries. I saved it. No worries. I saved it. We good. Okay, let me swim up here. I don't think any mobs should be able to reach us up here. Actually, why don't I just exit? Is it weird for me to eat on stream? I feel like it is. I feel like it's gonna be weird. I feel like it's gonna be really weird. I can just do this though. Boop. Watch this. I'm gonna disappear. You ready? 3, 2, 1. I've disappeared. Okay, wait. I was looking for the thing for stream elements. OBS Live Docs media request. Yeah, open that up. Where's the media share doc? Where's the... Yo? It's not... Chat, it's just not opening up. It's not opening up. Amy, thank you for the one. I finally have some money again to resubscribe. I am so sad my streak ended, but I am glad to be back. Would a channel point redemption for a magic streak perhaps be an idea? Yeah, you know what? We'll do that eventually. Oh, it opened, chat. I have it. I've got it. Sure, we could do channel points for that eventually. Okay, hold on. Mods, can you add something to the queue? Just a random funny YouTube video. Can you add one to the queue? Face reveal? Face reveal. Oh no, face reveal. You ready to see what I look like, chat? Hold on, I gotta turn on something hypers for face reveal. Chat. For the first time ever, I'm about to show what I look like. What is up? Face reveal, trend. Go crazy. This stream is very scuffed. Okay, wait. Hold on. I click this. Nice. Yeah, it works. Chat. I'm a pro streamer now. Pro streamer. It's right over my face, but that's cool. That's cool because I'm going to be eating. And then I'll move like this. Okay, wait, hold on. I can move it a little bit. I can do a little bit of that, maybe. Is that better? Maybe I need to shrink it a bit. Actually, though, when it's all you guys can see, I'm gonna make it bigger. Okay. Can you guys hear? Can you guys hear it, chat? I turned it up. Can you guys hear it? Is it better now? Ones if you can hear it good now. Ones if you can hear it good. I turned it up a lot. Like a lot. Nice ones. Nice ones. Okay. We have to let this play out. I'm turning on viewer requests. Go. Go to the same place where you donate normally for the stream, and you can donate media share while I eat and then while we mine. While we dig. Let me update the title. Gotta get a little title update. Yes, there it is. Streammoments.com/awesamdude/tip. That's the place you gotta go. Happy Steph, thank you by the way. Sam Super Steph went to work, but she says you're a dummy and she loves you. Tell Super Steph I said very thank you. Malin, thank you for the tier, by the way. TTV Cameron, thank you for the tier 1. Haley Hong, thank you for the 5. Sam, awesome dude, I'm here to tell you that I am on my villain arc because you spelled my name wrong for my axolotl. Haley Honk, I will fix it. We'll fix that at some point, if you remind me. Okay, the queue is available to be added to. Yes, Mina, spam the command. Spam the command. Let them see how to send us funny videos. Oh, also the normal notifications are gonna be a little broken because I made this bigger, the scuffed way. Okay. It's Mina, by the way, not Mina. My bad. Mina. I always, it's like a forced habit that I just go Mina as soon as I see it. I go Mina. You know what I mean? Actually, is thank you for the 10 rainbows in a row, and Scott Butthead, thank you for the prime. Okay, media shares open, chat. I think. Send in things. I'm eating now. I'm opening up my spicy chicken sandwich. Which headphones do you use? I use the, hold on, DT990 Pros, the 250 ohm ones. But I'm plugged into a mixer, so if you're not plugged into a mixer with an amp, you probably shouldn't get the 250 ohm ones because they won't have enough power. Okay, that's over. That's over. Okay, we've got one in the queue. Okay, all right. Good work, chat. Chat, make them kind of funny. I kind of want to get some haha giggles in. Oh no. Oh, they only gave me one Chick-fil-A sauce for my sandwich. Oh no. It's Chick-fil-A, by the way, the food that I got. This is, look at this, chat. They only gave me one Chick-fil-A sauce. How am I? Look at this sandwich. I'm supposed to like sauce this entire sandwich with this one sauce? What is this? Who do they think I am? Oh, here we go. Dream is at your door. Bottom text. Why do I feel like he probably would ring the doorbell multiple times like that? Oh, almost made a huge mess here. Almost made a massive mess. Chick-fil-A bad? True. Chick-fil-A sandwich though? Good. Food is good. Chick-fil-A bad. Everybody don't like Chick-fil-A. Yeah, come in. Awesome roommate, the most clutch person in the world right now. He just brought more Chick-fil-A sauce. He brought 2 more Chick-fil-A sauces. Yes. Oh, nice. Nice. Saved. Awesome roommate has saved the day here with the sauce. Oh, how much is media share a second? I have no idea, mods. It's a little expensive at the moment. Oh, well, let me make it cheaper. Let me make it cheaper then, mods. You're right. You're right. These are just fun media. Oh, thank goodness the camera's off. I just dipped my finger directly into Chick-fil-A sauce. Skip this. Skip this in the queue.
Why has this not been delivered yet?
That's not true. This is not true. This is lies in this video. These are all lies.
You know, a shipping address.
These are all lies. All lies. All lies. Tipping settings. Here we go. Where are the settings? Media requests. Here we go. Settings. It's not true. It's not true. Cost per second, I'm making it, it's going to be 5 cents a second. This is the cheapest I've ever done. It is a minimum of $1 though, because I can't take donations that are less than $1. It doesn't let me. I'm not able to from PayPal. So there you go. There you go. It's 5 cents a second. It's quiet? No, Shotsky. Oh, wait. I think it's because oh, wait. I know why. Saved it again. I'm on my streamer arc right now. I did not sell anyone. Oh, I almost just dipped my arm into this food. You know, this food was really, I did not think this through. Hold on, let me turn this on. Hey guys, we're gonna speed run today. Names puns. We're gonna do some Minecraft speed runs. Hope you're all ready to speed run.
You kind of smell.
What was that? We're just getting ready to speed run. I'm puns. This is funny. This is funny. Puns moment. Punzo moment. Punzo streaming moment. Punzo streaming moment.
Dream SMP
I made media share super cheap, by the way. It's 5 cents for a second. Usually it's like a quarter for a second or something. Whenever we do like you laugh you lose streams. Maybe we should just make it cheaper all the time. I did not do that. I did not do that. Puns is the awesome roommate? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. They're discovering us, Puns. Puns, they found out. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I'm eating now. I think there's some good amount in the queue.
Celebrating with the fly past of the National Police Air Service, so we'll just wait a moment on them.
That was really difficult for that guy. Nah. No way. No. Oh, that is. Oh, that's awful. That is tough. Really, that's tough. That's pretty tough, actually. I just realized we're still at Punz's house. We can do one of these. That was pretty funny. That was a funny video.
Eric, how could you? Eric, listen to me, and I mean this in the nicest way possible. You fucked up.
Oh!
Are at war.
This is live action Dream SMP.
And we have no mercy! No mercy for you!
It was never meant to be.
Any last words?
We've lost so much.
This probably took so long.
White flag! White flags outside.
Was that a potion? Like, that was so smart.
Or you are dead!
that the prison in the background?
Less than 33.
That's pretty cool. My favorite thing I think about the SMP is how much like other content has come out of the SMP. It's Punz's house, by the way, not the prison. I think it's Punz's house. Pog. That's gonna explode. That needs to be opened. I feel like we're laughing, but I feel like that's dangerous.
Did you get all that? Please, guys, help me.
Oh, it wasn't Punz's house. It was OG Lemanberg. Oh, true. It's been so long. I didn't even remember what it looked like. That's really cool. Why don't you play MZ? I'm
Standard
eating.
Search and procedure. Gonna empty my pockets of all my experience.
Oh, that's me.
Something like that.
That's me killing him. I killed Technoblade.
Process is kind of slow.
This is gonna be a physical search, yeah. Try not to move, okay?
All right.
This is where I murdered him again.
Just in case I gained any new items.
Just in case. You never know.
You never know.
All
It's
right.
true. I'm very resourceful. I gotta
There's
say,
a lot of
technology has come so far in the past. I got executed one time by a government. I was between you and me. I was totally innocent. Don't look into it. And their whole execution
Here's
platform was
free music
literally like
background
a
for you.
lever and like
Sam
an
Smile.
anvil really high up. It was like there was just no creativity. Over here, bro, we got like the fanciest doors and everything. It's fantastic.
Go ahead and click that bed there.
The progress of society is just truly incredible. Truly incredible.
Okay.
That was awesome. That was awesome. I want to see like a fully fleshed out one too, like one that's got like colors and stuff.
Korea. Have you ever heard of Korea?
No.
Suvi, you're Korean.
That's so true.
Bring out the snacks.
That's so true. Kids don't know anything about stuff like that, and it's so much better like that. I need a fork, chat. I need a fork and I don't have one. I don't know what this video is titled. It's freaking me out though. Is that Thomas the Train Engine? It actually does seem pretty powerful, though. Oh, it has needles on it? Imagine you just give that to a kid, like, hey, happy birthday, Timmy. Enjoy Thomas the Death Train. Oh, it looks around? That is actually nightmare fuel. I'm gonna be thinking about this later. Not sure how I felt about that. Chat, I can't eat this macaroni without a... Is this the Kanye West dream? The thing is that like what they did to this is actually so good. Like it actually does sound like a Kanye song.
I wear a mask with a smile for hours at a time. Stare at the ceiling while I hold back what's on my mind. And when they ask me how I'm doing, I say I'm just fine. And when they ask me how I'm doing, I say I'm just fine. I can never get off of my mattress.
Woo!
And all that they can ask is,
Hit it.
why are you so sad, kid? That's what the mask is. That's what the point of the mask is. So you can see I'm trying. You won't see me crying. I'll just keep on smiling. I'm good. And it just keeps on piling. It's so terrifying. But I keep on smiling. I'm good. I've been caring too much for so long. Been comparing myself.
This is so good, honestly. This is such like a vibe. Like this song is such a vibe with this edit. What a vibe. It's actually pretty good. I like it. Like pretty good. It's really good. I'd say.
And you must take me to stay healthy. Don't get sick, but if you do, take some yummy orange juice. Oh, yeah. I need you need me. Would you mind if we get freaky? Your health matters, and I care. I'm good for your stomach and your liver and your hair.
What? Harmonies and Cobra. Sam goes to Home Depot. Time to buy some cameras. I can help. Where is the cameras? Right this way, sir. Thank you, Smile. Here's your cameras. Thank you very much. The cameras. The camera's broken. Home Depot sucks. Hi, Sam. It's... Oh, why? Thank you. It's time. The camera isn't in the camera aisle. Hands up, Sammy. This is my revenge. What? I'm stopping this right here. Foolish. Lightning. Whoa. Here's your camera. Thank you, I guess. Arson. Time to go. So that was the end of the movie. Now it's time for me to run before I get caught for this. Nice. pretty good. I like it. It's catchy. Can I do this without breaking the overlay? It's like literally the middle of the screen is media share. Honestly, it kind of works. I need to... It would be nice if I could swap these. You know what? Let me just full screen this. Full screen projector view. Is that this one? Oh no. Actually, wait, can I play the game while it's like that? Oh no. There we go. Anti-egg. Anna XX Rose, that was you. Ghost Spur. Oblivion. That's too funny. Tommy in it. Exile Tommy in it. Traumatized. This stuff's so cool. Wait, am I in this? I want to be in this. I want to be in this so badly. Is there one of these for me? I want to be a part of this so bad. I want to see what people do. You were at the beginning? Oh, I missed it. Replay it, mods. Replay it. Replay it in the queue. I don't care if we gotta watch the whole thing again. I missed myself. I was trying to get into streamer mode. Ah, I missed it. It's okay. We'll watch it again. Mediaception here. Is that a fish? Am I wearing the same hoodie? What are the odds of that? I guess weirder things have happened. Also, I brought a ton of TNT for today. Bruh. Dream SMP anime opening? Wait, that's so cool. Wait, it's actually so cool. I added it. You don't have to redonate. Oh yeah. It can just be re-added by the mods. Chat. You don't need to redonate it or anything. I need to make sure I watch it this time. That is so cool. Oh, I got a burp. I had a burp ski. So I just ate naturally. This is so cool. This is so cool. I think it's so cool. This is my favorite thing about the SMP is like all the other stuff that comes out of it. Like it's literally like an anime rendition of the SMP. Like that's so cool. I think I missed it again. I think I missed it again. Was I in there? If I was, I missed it. This one's different, right? Select your fighter. This one's like a Smash thing. Where am I? Where am I? Where am I? Select me. Select me, gamer. Drista? That's OP. Definitely an OP character. Where? Select me, gamer. I want to see mine. Phil's a Minecraft. Mr. Minecraft. Pogtopia Wilbur. I need to sleep as well. Select me, gamer. Do it. Oh, I have slowness. Did I miss it? I didn't miss it right. I didn't miss it trying to get to bed, right? Oh my gosh. Please select me, gamer. Please do it. No! Did I miss it? No, I didn't. Hold on. I can rewind, I think, if I do it fast. Where? Is it after this? It's after this. Okay. No more Minecrafting. This is more important. Select me, gamer. It was at the very start? No, it wasn't. I watched the whole thing. It was a troll. Ah, I got trolled skied. Statistics? Okay, that's what's up. This is so cool. What song is this? I know this song. This is the Lorax song. Can I be? I'm just doing what comes naturally. Okay, I'm just watching and jumping around so I don't miss it. It's next, right? This is definitely How Bad Can I Be from the Lorax, by the way. This is not a Manberg anthem. I refuse to believe that. If that is the Manberg anthem, they literally used How Bad Can I Be from the Lorax. If that is the Manberg anthem. They most definitely did that. Eggpire. There's Bad. Why is Bad so highly ranked? What? Why is Bad like maxed out? What? Why was Bad like maxed out? Why was Bad literally like maxed out right there? What? You're telling me Bad was stronger than everyone else? Oh, this is me. I'm here. I'm here for sure. Let's go, Ski. Intelligence, okay. Strength, nice. Arms taken, 1. Yeah. Fair. I think that's fair. I think I could have had maxed out intelligence though. I think I could have gone maxed out intelligence on my character. I think I could have deserved that. Next time. We'll get him next time with the max intelligence. I did not skip it. What is this? Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man. This is kind of a jam, not gonna lie. Nice.
You asked for it. A whole video devoted to the rainbow sponge.
I did not ask for this.
Arts and crafts department sent me to Korea. Now, not a normal sponge. This is so dense 3 sizes because I can't stand just one size. Another thing that I want
I didn't ask for this.
is the hygiene of the sponge. I squeezed.
Sponge needs a shower.
And squeezed and squeezed. No flab on this arm for my cleaning. Flab on this arm. Now, if you do get it on your hands, gloves are incredible. I have a pure, oh, I love a sponge that is absolutely pure. Oops, a virgin edge. Oh my gosh.
What?
I did, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I want you to look at all of those wiggles.
Yo, I'm so confused.
Oh my gosh, wiggles. Oh my gosh. I love to wiggle the whole thing.
I'm lost. She left me like 7 train stations ago on this path. What is going on? So she's doing art. This isn't like a sponge ad. What?
Incredible or what? Okay, calm down, D. And it's done.
Calm down, D. That's what we say to Dream all the time. Calm down, D.
Is this fun or what?
Yeah, it is. I don't know what's happening though.
Breathing heavy. Oh,
What is going on right now?
yes.
What is happening?
Oh my.
What? What?
Funny monkey, lovable, I love funny monkey. Funny monkey, funny monkey. Funny monkey Jeff, funny monkey Jeff. Funny monkey Jeff. Funny monkey Jeff. Look at the monkey, it's a monkey. Look at the monkey, that monkey nausea. Look at the monkey smile. Look at the monkey dundee. Look at the money.
Why has this monkey got a whole like mix about him? I'm looking. I just had a burp ski. Little burp ski. Hopefully it didn't get picked up.
Here we go, Minx! Doing a wheelie!
Oh no, doesn't she fall?
All right, Minx.
Oh my god.
Yeah, yikers.
Oh my god, Minx!
Almost became a permanent addition.
Backflip. Jesus Christ!
Quackity yells. That was a good backflip. Is that what Quackity yelled? That was a good backflip. This is going to be really angsty, I can already tell. I got a feeling. We are making good progress on demolishing this entire area. I know that Quackity did not just yell, "That was a nice backflip." I know he did not just yell that after that. Oh, what? Buggy. Oops. We'll take one more. Chat, you're not gonna believe this, but I chugged this sweet tea and I really have to pee.
Pal, chum, bud, friend, fella, brother, amigo, pal, buddy, friend, chummy, chum.
You guys can watch the media share while I pee.
Rude, my friend, pal, home slice, bread slice, dog. But I gotta warn you, if you take one more diddly darn step right there, I'm gonna have to diddly darn snap your neck. And wowza, wouldn't that be a crummy juncture, huh? Do you want
is
that?
happening?
Do you wish upon yourself to come into physical experience with a crummy juncture? Because friend, buddy, chum, friend, chum, pally, pal, chum, friend. If you keep this up, then well, gosh diddly darn, I just might have to get not so friendly with you, my friend,
I'll be right back.
friend, pal,
You guys can watch
friend,
chair
buddy,
cam
chum,
and
pal,
media
friend,
share
chum,
while I'm going to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Such a good boy. You want to go to a fun party? Oh, such a good boy.
killed a woman. Feeling good.
You better kill all of them.
Oh my god.
Ghost, get me behind you. Did you just go? Ah!
Yeah, I was scared. They startled me.
Scream like that again real quick for me.
I can't do it.
Do it one more time. I want to hear it.
What did I just
It made me laugh. I thought it was funny. He went like this. No. He goes, ah!
I know you've seen this, but I want to see Jack cry.
Hi! Hey, it's Blue Alipa.
I am going to be Switzerland.
Streamer is back. Wait, didn't we watch this? Wait, am I ever shown like hovered? I see myself there. Gotta sleep. Skip it. Mods, you've heard the people. Give the people what they want, mods. I guess let's skip it. Was this a fortune shovel? Oops. I actually want the gravel as the thing. I was there, I missed it. Sag. Dun 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 dun. What's next, chat? What's next? Everyone take your best guess at what's next in the chat. It's almost all frozen into ice. That's good. Ah, that seems like she just won something and it was kind of wholesome.
I heard there was a special place where men could go and emancipate brutality and tyranny of their rulers.
Really this up now, Tom.
No, this is on you too as well.
Well, this place is real, unique and fresh.
You have done so much damage to everything we've been building. I have a pickaxe. I'll put it through your teeth.
It's gonna be chaos.
This is gonna be the new age. We should have stopped it.
I remember.
We could have had a government. You've used me from the start, Tommy. You saw me just as the blade. That's all I was to you, the blade.
Angst, angst.
I'm running! You're a monster. No! Remember!
My man.
The angst. Oh, I need to get haste again. We kind of need to move our beacon, I'm gonna be honest.
You killed me. Why did you kill me?
You didn't believe me. I'm a god. I can bring people
This is such a cool animation. This is actually so cool, I can already tell.
I would just like to say that I was very happy that we were able to gather everybody here together for what is going to be a banquet that none of us are ever going to forget. Stop! If you wanted to stop us, you should have brought more than just yourself.
Guess what, Dad? I did. I brought my biggest enemy.
Ambrose, you're dead!
Wait, what?
What? Bobby, stop!
Take the gamble, Purple, and you can change everything.
You join
This
the
is so
enemy
sick.
side?
Hey, we kind of continued that lore today on Tommy's stream. Or I hinted at what the final plan is going to be.
Death isn't permanent. Then nothing is.
Don't waste your life away doing this, foolish. You're welcome to join my country.
What about Kanoko Kingdom?
When we were in the Lamamber cabinet, you know what I always used to think?
Carl said he told you about it.
That somehow the people
He has the power to kill people and bring them back.
would someday strive for peace
We need to kill Dream.
and love and maybe...
Quackity's character is so complex. I love it.
If you want to really help people, you're going to need power. Power isn't gained from diplomacy and bureaucracy. It's gained from swords. It's gained from blades. It's gained from steel, iron. You can make a movement, but you will change nothing.
I'll get him to hand over any piece of last power that he has.
If you have a revolution,
I have a plan.
everyone will hate you. You will sacrifice everything, but you'll come back and everything will be changed.
I don't want him to go back.
I'm not ready for that.
You want to gamble on it?
Here's what we do. Ghostber is gonna go in. I'm gonna follow Sam through all the prison, and then Ghostber goes into the room with Dream. Then when
I'm
we get in
Sam.
there, I chop Dream's head clean off.
Stop! If you don't get on the bridge, I'm gonna kill you.
What do you mean? Then let me go over. I was that close.
Tommy, this is the reason I let you die in the prison. Ghostber's stuck over there.
And I'll revive him if you don't let me free.
Wait, what?
Big misunderstanding of the Sam character right there. I wasn't saying that's why I let Tommy die because he let this happen. Saying because now I have no power.
No.
He's made it dangerous.
If he really is back.
Where's Ghostber?
The plan didn't go. Why did you tell me the plan would work? He'll be at the place of his death.
What did you do?
Robert will be at Lamambo.
Hello again. Tommy, I've been waiting for over a decade in near darkness. This is my sunrise. This is my sunrise. This is mine!
How do I remember the song song?
I'm not gonna say it. That's a horse, not a fish. That was so good. The SMP animatic thing was so good.
Like, why'd you fall?
Oh no.
That's what you get for falling into my charge. I don't know what the hell's wrong with your charge.
So I'm drinking water.
I'm drinking water, he says.
Oh my god.
That wheeze. Is that a fish?
Name an animal with 3 letters in its name. Alligator.
Alligator. That does have 3. Oh my gosh, this is so awkward. This. kids off the rails after that sip of coffee.
Due to a fire that killed 10 people in the Bronx last night during a fire.
Wanted you to know it was a fire in the Bronx. Oh, there were probably tears after that.
Are you hungry right now? Not at all. Really? I'm so hungry. Well, you should probably eat.
Facts.
Vitamin C is Spanish for vitamin yes.
What?
You only got 15 cars, cause we all just wanna be big rocks.
Sure, you may be verified on Twitter.
I'm
but
not.
Are you verified in the eyes of God?
I want to be verified on Twitter. I want it really bad. But low key though. Like I don't want Twitter to know how badly I want it, but I do want it. I deserve it. I'm a good Twitter user. I have a few followers.
Hey babe, happy 1 year. I'm 27.
2, 1.
Oh my god!
Vine was a whole. It was an era. Vine was an era.
Duke, do you want the ball?
What? That dog just flew through the window.
Oh my god, guys, new fastest bridging method in. Oh my god, a dead body.
What?
Lava. Oh my god, St. Everest.
Was that Tubbo that jumped or fell out of the tree? What? Is this me? I kind of want to see what the rest of that was.
Yeah, give me a heart attack, that's fine.
We're from the future, Charlie.
Oh, I bet.
The world is in peril. All that is good has been consumed by evil. The end is nigh.
Yep, so that was the scariest thing I've ever seen.
Come with us to the future. We need your help to finish our snowman.
Snowman? What are you going on about?
There's no time to explain. Grab onto our tongues.
How do I... Oh, that is so gross.
What are we watching?
Charlie, we're here. In the future.
This looks exactly the same.
Shh, you'll wake the Umu.
Umu?
We need to get to the river, and we gotta be sneaky. We gotta be sneaky, Charlie. Sneaky.
Yeah, there's no way I can do that with my legs.
Oh no, listen! The Umu has awoken! Run!
What do you... I don't hear anything.
Hurry! Look out for the yum-yums! They're everywhere!
What are we watching?
Here?
Narslogs coming in from above! Evasive maneuvers! Charlie, look out for the blah blah blah!
What is happening?
Charlie, get on the dock! The blah 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 are right behind us!
I think I'll take my chances with the Oompus and the Wawas.
Oh no! A Narslog has got Charlie! Quickly, grab onto our tongues!
What's happening?
With the tongues?
I'm so confused.
Hello?
This is more confusing than the sponge video.
Hello? Ring ring, hello?
Ah.
Ring, hello? Ring,
You have a bad connection.
What's happening?
Go down below, into the liquid.
I don't know what was happening there. It was freaking me out though. Among Us. Among Us. Among Us. Among Us. Juke that guy. How long is this? Among Us. Among Us. What was that? Just decked that kid with the door.
Sam said, come here.
Reposting the full
What's he doing?
You Sustaino, thank you so much for the tool thing.
Oh, my bad. My bad. Oh,
Oh, we've seen this. We've seen this before.
What's he doing? Chat.
I feel like this laugh track is not from this.
Can I help you? You check it out my butt.
That's so funny.
I'm not 100% sure. Are you Asian? Yeah,
Sykkuno.
yeah, I am. I'm surprised you have to. You know, yeah, yes, I am.
Sykkuno followed me back on Twitter a long time ago. We're mutuals on Twitter. Sometimes we DM. Only like once, but it still happened. Oh, this is a Sam Nook song. Maybe I should just DM Saikuno right now and be like, hey, thinking of you. Just saw a video of you on stream. Thinking about you. Smile. Would that be weird, champ, since we like never talk to each other though? Probably. Do it? No, it's gonna be weird, chat. I don't want to be awkward. It's so random, it'll be funny. I feel like it'll just be weird. I feel like it'll just be weird. I feel like it'll just be weird, chat. I don't want to be weird. True, Jack Manifold stole it. Nah, it's Jack Manifold. True, champ. Not Tommy in it. True. Dude, dash chat at the end. True, champ. True, champ. Blame it on chat. True. Ask him house corpse. I feel like that's weird. That's weird. Chat's weird. This is why I don't take advice from chat. Y'all are weird, champion. This song's so good. Like, this is so well done. I actually also really like the, like, technic vibe of the voice, if that makes sense. Like, the electronic-ish vibe. Pogger's song.
Baba Booey. Nigga really think he's
I saw this in the Boomer stream.
I like to cut classic.
It wasn't as funny today as it usually is.
It'll get better. Don't worry about it.
Mr.
Everyone
Minecraft.
has a shitty week. Just look forward to next week, alright? Enjoy your weekend. Open chests? Oh, it's in the thousands. Oh, fucking hell, dude. Chests open. 69,420.
What? How did that person know? Were they like counting every time that Phil opened a chest so they could know? Whenever it was 69,420? How did they know? What?
To an extent.
You don't have to come. You don't have to come.
That's pretty funny.
No, I do. No, this is what you don't understand, Dream. This is what you don't understand, okay?
That's pretty funny.
I do have to come.
He does have to. Quackity has to. Warning, mention of... I missed it all. Mention of character death, something else. Probably the normal character Sam in the prison doing warden things. Trigger stuff. Potential death. Angst, laughing. Maybe flashing images. Or lights. Is this the Grim Jaggers animatic? If it is, it's so good. Thanks. I got goosebumps.
Sam!
Dream actually killed him.
Can we kill Dream?
I know.
Somebody studied my character to make that. Ooh, that's so good. That's so good. It sounds familiar in a weird way. Oh, is this the one? This is the full version of it?
I'm dipping. Block his number, ghost him, then I'll pop up on his playlist. Now he mad. Oh, he hurt, ain't it sad? That's too bad. Didn't I tell you I'ma get my way? I don't give a fuck what bitches gotta say. And I never fuck with their music anyway. Sing about the same shit, same old thing. Motherfucking manager lurking on my page. Is it cause I'm popping off in the United States? Is it cause your numbers, they still haven't changed? I don't give a
The
fuck.
warden does what must be done, ladies and gentlemen.
Dictator, bend the fucking knee. Yeah, bitch, that was in order. What you say to me, huh, bitch?
I used scissors, true? Okay, to cut off his hand though, that seems a little ridiculous to use scissors for that. Probably use a sword or an axe for that. It just seems more difficult to use the scissors for that.
You say you love me, but I don't know. You got me wishing I was dead, cause you're a meanie head. Say you won't do it. I've been feeling stressed out, head is all ruined. Say you're gonna pill pop, not think through it. A part of me says I want you gone. Who have I become? I don't mean no harm, but you mess me up. Never said
At least I give him a bandage, true?
for you it's fun, but honey guns is what you want, yeah. You're so mean, I'm scared to say I wanna leave. Cause every time I try, I get a tighter leash. You'll never know everything I do when I'm feeling low. Always about you, it's the way it goes. The way it goes. It's the way it goes. Why you gotta treat me so cold? You say you love me, but I don't know. You got me wishing I was dead.
It's the Valentines. Wait, this is such a sad animatic.
Everything you do is so cold. You say you love me, but I don't know. You got me wishing I was dead, cause you're a weenie head.
all the angst for chat there.
Long ago.
Alright, bye Sam. I'll talk to you later, okay?
Alright, I love you.
People change. Like the tides in the ocean.
The tides in the ocean.
Bye.
There it is. Bye, Punky.
I really know.
Fuck, it's so funny.
My right hand. They do.
True. You learned a valuable lesson today. On that day. That people change like the tides in the ocean.
I smell
No, don't do it! No! Oh. This is not Poggers. What is that? What is that? What? I can't even, I don't even know what's happening. Where's the chest? There they are. Where are the other chests? There's more than 2 chests. Where are the other chests at? Chests. Are they in there? Yes. This is so loud. My ears, they're literally like shaking in my skull. Or my whole head is literally shaking from this. Oh, I muted my audio. I can't listen to any more of that. Oh, I'm so sorry, chat. I'm so sorry I abandoned you in this. Oh, my head's still, I think I just caught a migraine just listening to that. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe this creeper did this to us. No, you don't. We need to start sleeping right away, chat. I'm tired of the creepers. Or we need to light this place up, one or the other. Just a regular crab rave, nothing to see here, folks. Crab rave. Okay, where's my good shovel? Nice.
Am I going crazy? Would I even know? Am I right back where I started 14 years ago? Wanna guess the ending, if it ever does. I swear to God that all I've ever wanted was a little bit of everything, all of the time. A bit of everything, all of the time. Apathy's a tragedy and boredom is a crime. I'm finished playing and I'm staying inside.
Nice. Nice. Was that Bo Burnham singing?
Do you like how my face just seems to I have a wonderful life, I have a powerful job.
Maybe I'll just take one of your arms.
True. I did say that, and I meant it.
You know you're making me cry, this is the way that I am. I've been living a lie, a metamorphical scheme. Detective undercover brotherhood, objective obscene. Oh no, no, oh yeah.
Oh, chat. I'm sorry. Did you think that Mozart was God? Did you think that
Please,
a
for the
mere
love of God,
breed
work.
of dog
I don't know if media share is
would
behind, but I
defeat
tried to
one of
donate
the
this
greatest
before.
musicians,
Sorry if
not
it
of our
shows the second
generation.
There can be times where the mods are approving the queue, or maybe the video got denied in the queue chat. Just so you know. So I wouldn't redonate the same video.
Virtuoso to have been birthed, infused, imbued, nay, with the power of God? No! Today, chat, you fail!
Chat failed. Ah. Boxer is Googled more than Mozart? No way. Character death and blood. Please read the pinned comment. Can't read the comment, but there's warning. There's character blood and death.
Deal well in close quarters situations for a long time, Sam. Sam, do you remember when you visited me in exile? This is worse than that, Sam. Let me out.
If I let you out while there's an issue that could affect your security of Dream being in there.
Let me out! Please!
Tommy, I promise you we'll get you out of there soon, but you've got to be strong.
No, Sam, this is fucked!
Tommy, I'm sorry, okay?
Nah, Sam, this is...
Sam, no, don't go,
I know this is extreme angst, but that's pretty funny still. Wait, this is an animatic? Oh, this is gonna be so angsty.
I thought everything was fine. Nothing seemed wrong. Till I could no longer hear
I need
him singing that
chests.
song. Let me out, let me go. I wish I had done more than just say no. Help me, set me free. I'll never forget his desperate pleas. I am supposed to be cold. I'm supposed to be ruthless. But he was just a kid.
True.
How could anyone do this? This isn't a game. He wasn't a pawn. He was just a kid.
This song is so perfect for this scene. Genuinely.
Now he's gone.
Whoever made this, good work.
They say it's not my fault. They say I'm not to blame. But I keep hearing his voice screaming out my name. Let me out, let me go. He never got the chance to grow. Help me, set me free. He was destined
What is this?
for tragedy. I am supposed to be cold. I'm supposed to be ruthless. But
What is this? It's like an old mine here that's been filled in with netherrack? What is that? Oh no, I just sneeze. Oh, Samo snack straight from pun. Straight from puns, sneeze tax. I need like 3 subs right now, please, please, please. Punzo tax. This is called the sneeze tax. I got it from Punzo. Punzo's idea. It's a must. It's a must. Ah, there's bad guys here. Minecraft is a hard game. Minecraft is a difficult game. The end game of Minecraft, there's still challenges. Hold on, I gotta go walk my dog real quick. Oh, hold on. Let me go on Twitter. Oh, did you guys see that the new Dream song's out? Look at this tweet from Quackity. That's like a pretty good tweet. Pretty good tweet ski. Minecraft is a challenging game.
Go back and change all of it.
The late game of Minecraft, there's still challenges in the game for you to accomplish.
SpongeBob.
Oh, he died. Soul left his body. That was a big sneeze ski.
Just seeing you, I knew a bond between us two I grew, and love spilled out the open doors and smeared around.
It's Pumpkin Sam. Oh, that was kind of cool. I like took off like the normal mask and put on the gas mask. That's kind of cool. Tell me this is not satisfying. This is so satisfying. Cat jamming through the pain. Do what you must do. Sometimes it's all you can do. Ah, that's so cringe. It's like physically makes me kind of want to cringe. The sound. What, like, who designed that sound? Even back then, like, who was designing the sounds like that? Like, who was at Nokia designing that sound? Also, we have just collected so... This is more ice than we've collected since we made the ice bridge. We needed to sleep like an hour ago. Boom. Boom. Oh, come on. Not the creepers. That's all I asked. Just not the creepers. Oh, I got slowness. Throw off my aim. We're gonna have to snipe this guy. Oh my gosh, I have slowness. Look at that shot. Oh my gosh. I'm getting bodied by zombies. Okay, we're gonna go for the 360 here. Gonna have to game on him. Okay, why is my bow shooting so low? Okay, there we go. Sweeping edge. Sweeping edge. Sweeping edge. Okay, gaming time. Gamer time. Gamed. Jukes, 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 jukes. 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 No monster shall stand against me. I am the warden. Look at that. Ooh, what a shot. Sleep. Nice. I'm Katniss Everdeen. And the hit, The Hunger Games. What happened to the media share? Is the queue empty? Chat, please donate. Please donate videos. I need this for the content. I need this, chat. I need you to do this for me, please. Please. Then I don't have to do any. Then I don't have to play music. I don't have to do anything. I need you guys to do this. It's empty. The queue's empty, chat. I need you. I need you guys to donate this. Please. Oh, we have Dolphin's Grace. We're flying through the water. I feel like it's awkward now that there's just nothing happening in the background. We broke. We can't make it free, chat. There'd be way too many for the chat for the mods to have to go through. I'm sorry.
If I was your best friend, I'd never let you go. We could go to places we ain't never been before. Maybe take a chance or whatever.
That kid's like 4 or 5.
Time on my hands and I wanna spend more. More than a little, chilling.
What did he say? Did he say swag? Is that what he was saying?
Me, but I know about you, so say hello to falsetto in 3, 2. I'd like to be everything you want. Hey girl, let me talk to you. If I was old enough to be your boyfriend, I'd never let you go. I keep you on my arm, girl.
What are we watching?
I could be a gentleman, treat you how you
What are we
want.
watching right now?
If I was your boyfriend, I never let you go. I never let you go. Tell me what you like, yeah. Tell me what you don't. I could be a Buzz Lightyear, fly across the globe. I don't ever wanna fight.
Cross the globe.
No, I'ma make you shine bright like you're standing in the snow. Girlfriend, girlfriend, you could be my girlfriend. You could be my girlfriend until the world ends.
Guys, I think that we could be his girlfriend until the world ends.
Voice going crazy on this hook like a whirlwind. I'd like to be everything you want. Hey girl, let me talk to you. If I was old enough to be your boyfriend, I never let you go. I keep you on my arm, girl. You'll never be alone. I could be a gentleman, treat you how you want. Say if I was your boyfriend, I never let you go. I never let you go.
Sometimes I think to myself, like, the internet was such an advancement for humankind.
Hey guys, thanks for watching my cover of Justin Bieber's new single, Boyfriend.
Like, we became so much more powerful with that.
Girlfriend yet? When I heard this song,
Like, then sometimes I see videos like that, and I'm like, man, we made a mistake. You know what I mean? We shouldn't have made this. Why did we make this? You know? That's one of those videos I feel like that makes me feel that way.
Where no one can see. If there's no one to blame, blame it on me. Storm in the sky, fire in the streets. If there's nothing but pain, put it on me. You are the cold, inescapable proof. You're the evil, the way, and the life, and the truth. Your revival, the good, and your genocide, and now watching wonder. You are the cold, inescapable proof. You're the evil, the way, and the life, and the truth. Your revival beginning, and your genocide, and now watching wonder. Hung high and dry, where no one can see. If there's no one to blame, blame it on me. Storming.
That one's pretty pog. That one's pretty poggers.
Mother, I have fallen off my scooter and
It's
require
Timmy.
assistance.
Timmy, look at your knee. You're bleeding.
The pavement was the victim. I am the victor.
That's a pretty bad boo-boo. Just wait right here. Let me get something, okay?
Bandage me in silk and I shall ride again.
Okay.
Shall ride again.
It's hydrogen peroxide.
Oh.
It'll disinfect it.
Does it hurt?
No, it won't hurt.
Promise? Promise.
Oh, well, maybe just like a little bit.
It's kind of cold.
Be strong, Timmy.
Sorry, sweetie. I had to do this.
The hornets of Hades have descended upon me.
Be strong, Timmy.
I have smelted iron with the Titan's touch, forged sword with Chimera's flame,
Oh, God.
but never felt the basilisk sting like this.
It stings a little bit, but it's not that bad.
Lay 2 tokens on my eyes for the ferryman.
Timmy.
I'm fading to Elysium. I see Bartholomew.
Just had to bring the hamster up.
He looks beautiful.
Timmy, you're being a little dramatic.
I am the drama.
Be strong, Timmy.
Or Marble Avengers Band-Aid.
SpongeBob Band-Aid, please.
Those are so funny. I've seen those before. Those are so funny to me. Be strong, Timmy.
Sam, no, don't go.
Damn, Sam!
How did you find me?
I don't think that's important, Sam. Don't worry about it.
This one is so good.
Well, I'm just farming correctly. Yeah.
What are you farming?
Farming some wheat, some carrots.
That's a tiny. That's a tiny
got
farm.
some potatoes. No, it's a good farm. I come out here, I farm. Sometimes I come sit here on my bench and watch the ocean. It's nice. I needed to get away from everything else, you know.
What's this?
I didn't know what else to do, but I felt really guilty, you know, because of what happened with Tommy.
It wasn't your fault, Sam. You have to come to terms with that, man. That wasn't your
fault. It was
fault.
my responsibility, Quackity. He was in the prison. I'm the warden.
It doesn't matter. Look at me.
Smile.
It wasn't your fault, Sam.
Quackity,
No, if Dream decided to do,
mine.
You're a very caring person, Sam.
True.
You treat people with respect. You're always nice to people.
Oh yeah, I try, Quackity.
That's a good trait.
This is my fishing chest. I go fishing a lot. So I just come here to get away and be, you know, happy.
You know, I'm not the only one, right? I'm not the only one who thinks it wasn't your fault. Tommy's death was a product of dreams, Sam, and you have to accept that to move forward. This isn't you, Sam. This isn't you. You're broken. I really think you're beating yourself up on this whole Tommy situation. It wasn't your fault, Sam. It was Dream's fault. He killed Tommy, not you. You did your job as a warden, and it was to let Tommy visit Dream. And whatever happened inside, Sam, was not your fault.
Quackity, I let Tommy die. I could have done something, Quack. I don't know. I could have done something.
But you know what you could have done? You could have gone back into that jail cell and put a sword right through his neck. Because guess what, Sam? This isn't the first time he does it, and this isn't the last time either. The only way he's gonna stop this is if you get rid of him, Sam.
Stop Dream?
Look at what he did to Tommy. And believe me, he's gonna do that to so many other people. Just kill that son of a bitch. Let's get him.
Kill him.
Come on.
And he can't hurt anyone else if he's dead.
He can't hurt anyone else, Sam. Do it, Sam. What do you do? What is this?
If we're gonna kill him, let's kill him right. Tommy died in the prison, but That's right. I didn't want him to die in the prison. Dream wanted him to die.
That's right.
Putting on the gear.
He basically tortured Tommy. Come on, Sam. Let's go.
You're right.
Let's go, Sam.
You're right.
It's all because of Dream.
I couldn't do anything. Dream would have killed him anyways if I had gone in there.
Exactly. Any other visitor, he would have done the exact same thing.
He can't.
True. Kind of true.
Guys, it literally says you are sus and there's a phone number on here.
I don't know what's up with that. I don't understand that guy. Like, that's what that guy does. He just makes weird videos like that.
It sucks, man. It sucks. And there he goes. There he goes.
Bobo just flies in, kills Fundy, and leaves.
You wouldn't eat your breakfast, you wouldn't get in the shower on time, so now we're running late to school, Trevor. Just great.
So Minecraft finally snaps. Tommy.
Mom, stop. I have to tell you something. What in the fuck could you possibly have to say? I forgot my backpack at home. Don't hit me. Open the door, Trevor. I'm gonna kick your ass.
What do I do? Wait, like I'm in the relationship, okay? Like it's like, you know, we're a few months in, and all of a sudden, like one day, my significant other is like, "You've been playing Minecraft for 10 hours every day for the past week. You need to stop." And I'm like, "I love the craft." Does that just mean we're not meant to be?
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with playing Minecraft for 10 hours a day. Nothing at all. From a fellow Minecrafter. Wait, sleep. Dude.
We have to leave.
No, no, permission denied. That's an off-topic question. Next, you have been stopped.
It's an off-topic question. I remember when that was like a thing. And he was like, and people were like doing that. That's an off-topic question. I remember when that like started.
That's always happy. What's your favorite kind of person? 12-year-olds. Oh.
Yo. So that's fine. Among Us. Oh, that was an expensive thing. That was like 10 grand that just went down the drain right there. Oh, somebody's got to get smacked in the face. Oh! Was that Gavin?
What's wrong?
The internet's kid?
I lost all my meat. Shoo, get out of here.
Shoo.
Joke's on you. The Jonas Brothers can't break up. They're.
Hi, my name's Derek. Welcome to Pizza Hut. Let me guess, pizza.
What else would you get at Pizza Hut? That's Steve Harvey?
Whose man's is this? But the real question is, whose man's am I?
True.
Looks like you missed your Spanish lesson today. You know what happens now. Now beg for your life in Spanish.
In F, the search.
Talking down to me, I'ma have to crack your nose for cracking jokes. I'm looking for the map to hope. You see that? Been making a whole lot of changes. Wrote a song about that, you should play it. I get scared when I walk on these stages. I look at the crowd and see so many faces. Yeah, that's when I start to get anxious. That's when my thoughts can be dangerous. That's when I put on my makeup and drown in self-hatred. Forget what I'm saying and where the beat go?
That song.
Hands on my head, can't tell me nothing. Got a taste of the fame, it'll pump my stomach. Throw it back up like I don't want it.
Sheesh, Warden Sam.
CD trying to push my buttons. I said don't touch it. Now y'all done it.
Yo, what? That was sick. That was actually sick. The sword with the sword, like the scene with the sword as well. That was so sick. Kalimba. I want to buy one of those so bad. Where do I buy one of those, chat? I'm going to Amazon right now. I want one of these. They're not that big, right? Like that fits in that person's hands. I want one. I'm looking it up. They're only $25? No way. Yeah, I think this is kind of the same one. They're only $20? Oh, I see. This one's adjustable so you can make the pitch higher and lower.
I have an idea. Now he can't breathe.
Stop! What are you, my mother?
Yeah, I'm ordering one of these right now.
Daddy, think for the 25 bits?
I can get it out of mahogany?
You stupid bitch. This is the whitest thing I've ever done.
I'm buying this.
Tommy, do you want to see the vlog gun?
Alexa, what is 9 plus 10?
Well, Techno's my friend.
Now Chad is gonna say the line.
It's fine.
Wait, Amazon gave me a deal on one of these. How'd they know? How'd they know? They did like a lightning deal where like I have to buy it now. Yeah, I'm ordering it. It's on its way. We'll have Kalimba stream now. Guaranteed Kalimba stream. It's on its way.
One works down by the coast. One had 2 kids but lives alone. One's brother overdosed. One's already on his 2nd wife. One's just barely getting by. But these people raised me and I can't wait.
That's such a nostalgic feeling song. Like, it doesn't have to be nostalgic, the topic of the thing, but if that song's in the background, it feels nostalgic.
When you're happy, you enjoy the music. When you're sad, you understand the lyrics.
What? What? What?
I am bleeding.
If you're a furry.
Fuck you!
They got him. They got him.
Please say you won't tell. Did you know that that boy is an art man? Bearing flowers and 2 hands. Very able to hold me down. And love me more than anyone. Bruno, what happened to your good sense? I broke down that man's good. I bet he works for the government. Did you hear about that mother broke her daughter's legs in 2 and said it's too dangerous out there to walk, so I had to save you. I took it so hard that something cut on her. Told me da-da-da. Oh my God, I swear we're done. You find it just a lock on my hair. Oh we da-da-da. Oh my God, I swear I took it real unfair that you should put on her. All we did was kiss. Oh my God, I swear we're done. You find it just a lock on my hair. Oh we da-da-da. Oh my God, I swear everyone will know. Everyone will know. I think you just the same. If you didn't tell my mother says it, I was surely gonna know. Please be everything. So say you won't tell. Everyone will know. Everyone will know. I think you just the same. If you didn't tell my mother says it, I was surely gonna know. Please be everything. So say you won't tell. No, did you know that the Greeks in the morning would eat oranges? They were firm believers in fruit curing fevers, and I agree.
This is a Peepo Sag moment, I feel like. This is very Peepo angst. Animatics are going crazy today.
Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars? I could really use a wish right now. Wish right now. Wish right now. Can we pretend that airplanes
In the night sky, like shooting stars. That song's old. That song's been out for a long time now. Like a dream. Chat, we can go visit there later today if you want. We can go right now. I just got all flint from that. Oh no, yeah, it basically did. Wait, what's happening? I've been zoned out the last like 40 seconds. What's happening? I was just zoned out. What's going on? What are we looking at here? What am I looking at? What's going on? What's happening right now? Balance on that. Do it. You can do that. That's easy. I could balance on a yoga ball. Easy. Hit a sheesh whenever you're up there. That might actually hurt. I don't. What is this? What is happening with this? I feel like this is weird. I feel like this is weird. Whatever it is. This is such a long video, and I don't get it. I don't get what's happening in these videos. I'm just confused by them. I'm just confused. Is this sea level yet? We're almost to sea level. Almost. One more block. This is sea level. I need to get a keyboard. I need to get a stream room. That's what I need. So I can buy all the stuff I want. We still have a lot of digging to do. Matter of fact, I think it's time we sped up this digging process.
None of my videos are going through, please. They aren't Dimica.
Videos don't just get denied because of DMCA. There could be like something in them that the mods don't want to show.
Do you blame yourself?
Oh my gosh, wait, why is this so accurate though?
Well, it's quite common in this situation for a patient to feel a kind of guilt.
What situation?
The accident.
Why is that so accurate though? Do 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 do.
Dream.
We're gonna go crazy with the TNT now. It's just gonna be so much faster.
Michael. All right, let's go. Let's break it. Dream, it's gonna take a minute. It's gonna take a minute. It's gonna take a hot minute. Hurry, dude, I'm trying. I'm trying, Dream.
I think I'm gonna be in this. I think I'm gonna be in this.
I'm trying. Yeah. Okay, that's it. Yeah. Huh? Nah, I was building a house. I needed that block.
Wait, this might reach the chests. Nice. Speed mining.
Hello. Yes.
Come in, you.
only time I'll ever be nice.
Uh-huh.
Do you know why no one's tried to break Dream out of prison?
Oof.
I don't know.
Because I'm there to keep him in the prison.
So you weren't there for like that.
If you come close to the prison again,
Sam, character Sam.
and then I'll find where you respawned and I'll kill you again. And after you respawn again, I'll come and kill you again.
Welcome to the family.
And then you'll be nothing but a ghost. You do around the prison.
That's fucked up.
Character Sam.
I'm not stealing. I'm gonna steal. I'm just look.
He was stealing from me, by the way, chat. And I said, be careful who you steal from, by the way.
Why the fuck did you do that? Where the fuck did he go?
That is such a funny stream. It's like Michael's like first ever like lore content on his stream.
See, I kissed him. I kissed him. I kissed him.
It was such good lore. If you ever come near the prison again, I'll murder you. And then I'll find out where you respawned, and I will murder you again. And then I'll find out where you respawned again, and I'll murder you again. And then you'll be nothing but a ghost. What happened to Tubbo? What happened to Tubbo? Wait, what happened?
Today I will wear my white button down. I'm tired of wanting more. I think I'm finally born. For you have a way of promising things, and I've been a forest boy. I am a forest fire, and I am the fire, and I am the forest, and I am a witness watching it. I stand in a valley watching it, and you're not there at
I'm starting to think it's not worth mining all the sand for TNT, if I'm being honest. Oh, it is a lot faster, though.
I can at least
Well, it's faster because I don't have to go repair the tools.
be seen as clean, and I'll go to work, and I'll go to sleep, and I'll love the littler things. I'll love some littler things.
Well, it's dead. Chat's gonna be on their crying arc. What is this block? Is this andesite? Is this like more blast resistant or something? Like I swear the TNT's doing nothing to
Without
that.
a body ought to be the shot to take a load off. My brain is poisoned and I'm searching for the
Yeah, I
antidote.
think it
But
is.
every time I find it, my defenses scream, oh no you don't. Whoa.
You call us the Hunger. That's not entirely inaccurate, because we are hungry. But it would be more accurate to simply call us dissatisfaction. But soon...
Ooh! I was a little close to the chest.
And says, you will call us Ascendant.
Well, we'll see.
Wait, is this someone else voicing us?
Kiss my ass, you sanctimonious bastard.
He frowns and says, huh. I feel sad. And he kills you.
Oh, look
Pretty good for BBH, though.
Oh, Charlie!
I need to
Oh my god!
Motherfucker's got some pollen!
Man, I need some fucking nectar!
We would like some pollen.
Why is the be auto-tuned?
I'm getting a scent. I'm getting a whiff. I will follow you. The queen is dead. The queen. What? That the queen is dead.
My pheromones!
is unknown of the pheromones. There's nothing to live for. I cannot be. Can't pollinate tonight. She left me roses by the stairs. Did you say roses? Fuck yeah.
The queen is dead. Oh no.
You've blown out the candles. Turned off the oven. Locked the front door. Secured the windows. Switched off the bandsaw.
Random.
And hidden your gold. But you've forgotten about the poison sockets. Remember, poison sockets are full of poison. Switch them off.
I cry to sleep.
Oh, this is for me and Foolish. Wait, this is so funny. Wait, it's deep though. It's funny but deep. Wait, this is one of like the best non-verbal Sam moments. No one can bear this burden but me. I won't give this burden to anyone else.
$19 Fortnite card. Who wants it? No more Fortnite?
Rest in peace. Character Sam lore. Me gusta. I don't have any more sand to make TNT. Actually, I have some by the prison that I've hidden away, but I was gonna use that for glass later on.
Pizza? This is pizza. Pizza has got lumps in it. The lumps are hard with nuts. I didn't want a nutty pizza today because I'm allergic to nuts. Iron sleeps tonight. Drakey Josh.
Oh no, Foolish, I trolled you.
Just send me this so I don't have to... I'm a medium, by the way. Lots of fans keep sending me large stuff and I can't wear it because it's too big.
I'm an XL. A lot of fans keep sending me a small because they think that I'm a petite little boy. But I'm in fact a large fat man.
You know what? Blow up. Do it. Mind block
If you do not eat the wings right now, you what? You have to eat 5.
My daddy?
If you don't eat that,
Who are you, my daddy? Dream says. Oh, that's so funny. Okay. I must say, we've made a lot of progress today. Trade blue eyes, huh? Could be interesting one day.
I gave you my heart, but you stole so much more.
We just need to bring everything down a little bit more around here, and it'll actually be coming together really nicely. Ooh, plus we can collect all this sand. That'll be fog.
So I'll plant both feet of mine deep in
What's Sam making? I'm digging out an area for my new mega project. I forgot that the haste doesn't reach all the way over here to the edge. I'm really excited for my kalimba to get here now. I just ordered one. I'll have to tune it though. Maybe I should buy a tuner. Foolish, get it? Foolish gamers?
I used to recall nothing mattered at all when I had you and you had me. But try as I might, you just can't be replaced. No gods from above are worth half of your love.
Character punk.
They go,
Pink.
honey, I just want to let you know, I planned the whole thing. We were trapped on that island. We had to eat stink bugs because I arranged it. Remember how we cut off your foot, cooked it over fire and ate it? That was because of me.
What?
I planned it all.
What? What is he talking about? Bonk.
Everything in your faces. No regrets.
You do that. You do that.
yeah, you're right. You're damn right. I'll do that.
I would want you to. I will celebrate with you, Big Q.
Yeah, dude. Every time.
Look me in the eyes. Every time you read something, I will repeat it. Exactly how you say it.
Well, no manches, güey. Tu nombre sí es Flatty Patty.
One more time.
That was such a funny stream. That was such a funny stream. That Quackity stream was so funny. That was such a funny oh my gosh. That was such a funny stream. That's where we talked about the Waffle House experience as well. A lot happened on that stream. A lot happened on that stream. I feel like this is as far as we need to
I
go.
don't mean to be a Karen, but I'm recording you. I'm recording you.
I don't mean to be a Karen, but...
Classic.
Computer is suffering. Yeah, no, that's not the only thing that's suffering. Also, your bones, they aren't moving. Your bones aren't moving.
Oh my
Sam.
gosh, this was so funny.
Oh
This
my
is when my
goodness,
my old computer actually died. Like legitimately,
Oh my
this is when
gosh.
it died.
Oh no, that is the scientific term for it, right? Sam.
This is so funny.
Sam.
My graphics card was literally dead. Like, I was looking at like a black screen with a bunch of lines on it. That's all I could see.
Oh my goodness. What if I punched him? No, I shouldn't punch. I shouldn't punch someone that has been completely nay-nayed.
I didn't even watch this until
5%
afterwards.
CPU, 11% GPU, 100% not moving. Oh my goodness. I can't believe that.
That's what else was weird about it.
Sedated him.
Like my task manager was just so confused about like what was happening. It was saying that my CPU was at like 10% and my GPU was at like 10%.
Terrible.
But clearly they were like they were on the
Put
edge.
him in rice. Oh my god.
He's paralyzed. What did Bobby say? It was like a funny way of saying paralyzed. I remember that.
Misinterpreted is a tough word. This is a forbidden love, and I like that. You can't just do that. You can't just be like, no, I'm with Punk, but then like you like turn around again. Like you're looking at me like that Michael McShill painting. That's what's going on. That's what's going on. Oh, I can. Oh man, this feels like every fan fiction dream right now.
This is my funniest bit to like do. It is so funny. Breaking the fourth wall, but this is so funny. Doing this is so funny.
Make it a secret date. Oh.
I will literally be like peeing myself laughing so hard while we're doing this. Like That's why a lot of times I don't join VC and do it because I will literally laugh so hard. Whereas in the chat I can like actually play it well. It's so funny.
A secret friends with benefits? How? You can't just. That wasn't secretive. What kind of benefits? I'm.
Did that donation on his stream say, is it too late to say to date them both?
Oh no, the muffin head's AFK.
How could he?
Tunnel under the prison?
There's a what?
That was my genuine reaction too, because apparently there was.
Nothing.
There's a what?
Hey, Andy, sweetie. What's that you're drawing? I'm making a map. A map? But that looks like a close-up of my eyes?
That's exactly right, Pete. A map of your eyes, cause I can find myself getting lost in them.
What? What is happening? These memes are going over my head, chat. I'm sorry. I'm going boomer mode on some of these memes. I just can't even follow along. Dancing Queen.
Friday night and the lights are low. Looking out for a place to go. Where they play the right music. Getting in the swing. You come to look for a king. Anybody could be that guy. Night is young and the music's high. With a bit of rock music, everything's fine. You're in the mood for a dance. And when you get the chance, you are the dancing queen.
True.
Young and sweet, only 17. Dancing queen.
One of us has to be the tank and walk up with a shield and get their attention while the other. Oh god.
Nice.
Okay, let's cook this up.
What that? What
is
is
he
that?
doing?
What? Wait, what? What?
What is
Wait, that's like a real thing, right?
What is this? What?
That's like a thing that they do, I think. I've never seen that in game though. I've only seen recordings of that.
He's like Fortnite dancing or something.
I've only seen that in videos. I've never seen that in the real game, but I'm pretty sure that is like a real thing that they do, like in the game.
This is default Minecraft. What? He was like doing like the wiggle thing.
They like celebrate whenever the hoglins die.
Oh yes! 4. How many? Only 4, but it's okay. Look, back to back. Back to back. Ready?
Oh yes!
Wait, I got full pose! Wait, really? Full. It was full though. What?
We need to sleep. Foolish. Sleepy time. Oh. Oh, that was in the thing. I thought that was in the game. I was like, oh, someone's here. Foolish is here. I am Sam. Oh, this is when Foolish is doing to be me. Aww. Why is Foolish taller than me canonically? That's not true. That's not true. I'm like 8'3" canonically. That was really nice though. That was a nice animatic. I like this video. That was nice. That was really nice. He's supposed to be 23 feet tall.
Sus.
I mean, what? Why does he get to be 23 feet tall in lore? How does that even make sense canonically? How do we ever do battle with him?
I'm beating him with steak. I'm beating him with meat. Here, beat him with meat, Skeppy. Here you go, beat him with meat.
Stop beating! Stop beating me with your meat! Leave me alone! Whoa! Stop! They're hitting me with meat! Please help!
You can have more meat.
Wait,
more meat to
Sam.
slap bad with.
I'm not gonna help you beat your meat.
No, they're hitting me with.
I don't know what that means.
Miriam im Januar, Marco im Februar, Jessica im März.
That's March, I think.
Miriam im Januar,
January, I think.
Marco im Februar,
February,
Jessica
March.
im März. Wann hast du Geburtstag?
Is it when is your birthday?
Im April oder im Juni. Wann hast du Geburtstag?
When's your birthday, right?
Im Mai oder im Juli. Im August.
July.
September.
Wait, it's literally they had all these names and it's just August, September.
Und wer hat Geburtstag im Dezember? Und wer hat
This is like German television, I think.
Dezember? Wann hast du Geburtstag? Wann hast du Geburtstag?
When is your birthday? In April or in June?
Oh, this is the remix. Nice.
Birthday?
This is the English remix for all us non-German speakers. I figured it out though. I want to learn how to speak German. Schlap. I know how to say that. Schlap. That means move. Sort of, I think. I think it's like move that. I don't know why I'm collecting the ice, but I'm loving doing it.
That bitch is a Barbie. I'm a funny house. I'm a synthetic. I'm a pet like Kid Cudi. I smoke dope like Kid Cudi. What's up and get the
Swinging, there you go, there you go.
Oh.
Just get out!
I want to make a vlogs channel. Get Sapnap and George to come. Sapnap, George, Dream. Get Dream to come do vlogs. I'm down. Like, I feel like you get to go do fun things you'd want to do anyways, but you get to vlog it, post it on YouTube, get that ad rev. I feel like vlogging is... that's the future, you know what I mean?
You still need to hit bad for all the 5 gifted
Oh, yeah, bad. I need to hit you a couple times.
What?
Yeah, yeah.
No.
Bad's probably on half a heart.
Get away from my
Let me tell you guys something right now. Bad literally plays this game, and he will literally play like Bad will be in Minecraft on one heart, and like he's cool with that.
Hole, Puppy! Go away!
Stop digging in my hole, Puppy.
Help! Help! Go away!
Oh no.
Puppy, stop
Oh
it!
no.
Stop it!
Oh no.
Puppy, no! 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 Puppy! I'm running out of blocks! Stop it! Ah! Ah! Go away! Puppy! No! Stop trying to get in my hole!
I just realized the title of this video is Puffy tries to come in Bad Boy Halo's hole. There's so many things contextually wrong about this video.
Help!
We need to go repair our tools. Oh, no. They are broken.
Oh, wait, Puppy! No! Are you making
Why? Why? Why does this exist on the internet?
Good luck now. No, wait! Oh, get out of my hole! Get out of... Ah! Ah!
Oh wait, I have bad omen. Oh, I cannot go back to land. There's villagers like right there. I'm gonna need some milk. Do not speak Japanese. I love how the turtles come here.
How do you keep your pants up when you're performing? It's incredible.
Belt.
Belt.
That is such a funny answer. He needs some milk. I do need some milk. Legitimately, I do. I really actually do need some milk to get rid of this bad omen. And I don't think I have any. Is there a cow here? Okay, we'll just go through the nether. There's no villagers in the nether. Besides, you can't have raids in the nether. Well, you have lots of diamonds. Yes, I'm extremely rich. Is that the Q mod? What is this sound effect from? I know that sound effect. I know that from somewhere. I don't have any villagers by my base, right? Yeah, I don't. The queue is empty. I guess we could be done with the media share for today if you guys want. We'll do until 5:45, so you have like 15 minutes. Or not, like 10 minutes. You have like 10 minutes. Any other videos that you want us to see on media share today, you have 10 minutes. Go. Go. You can donate them now. Mods will send them through the queue. Potentially approve them if they are approvable. And then we'll just game. We'll just game for a bit. Mayhaps. I want to do something funny on the server. I haven't done anything like funny in a while. Not... just kind of roasted myself. I think we've been funny, but we haven't done any haha funny moments on the server in terms of like recklessly destroying people's stuff. I'm in this. I've seen it. I think I liked this on TikTok. I liked this on main. Hog. You have a TikTok? Yeah. TikTok.com/Awesamdude. Hopefully there's no village here. There's no villager here, I should say.
Time is an illusion that helps things make sense. So we're always living in the present tense. It seems unforgiving when a good thing ends. But you and I will always be back then. You and I will always be back then.
Chat in their sad arc.
You and I will always be back then. Singing will happen, happening happened. Will happen, happening happened, and will happen again and again. we'll always be best friends.
The auto-tune fall. What did I come over here to do? Oh yeah, repair our tools. Oh, we left our extra ender chest over there. Oopsie.
Sie beide sind mir eine Erklärung schuldig.
Folgendes. Es war meine Schuld, Professor McGonagall.
It's in German? What language is this in? Was this German? It was my fault, Professor McGonagall.
Für Gryffindor. Für ihren Mangel an Urteilsvermögen.
10 points will be removed from Gryffindor for your reckless behavior.
Welcome guys to another episode of Ranked Skywars. This is the first episode because I haven't done this before because of various reasons. But personally, I guess people just want to see what I think about Ranked, and I don't know. I just, Skywars is a casual game, so when people try to make it competitive, I'm kind of against that.
Technoblade's against that. We're AFKing at Spider Spawner, by the way, to repair our tools. Axe. Nice. That was a nice one. Oh my gosh. Here, mods, I'm gonna turn off the queue. Wait, actually, no, you got 4 more minutes and then I'll turn it off, chat.
Let's continue this win streak. Your hair looks very bouncy.
Yo, what? What was that?
Alright, bye Sam. I'll talk to you later, okay? Alright, I love you. Alright. Love you too. Bye.
Bye.
There it is. Bye, Funky.
You say you love me too.
Bruh, he's always got a way to my heart, that Sam kid. My goodness.
Oh, did you guys hear that just? That was my wrist popping. Oh my word, that was so loud.
That is my impression of Barack Obama.
Michelle. What's better than this? Guys being dudes.
So are you into guys with big hearts? No, I'm more into bad boys. Well, then today's your lucky day.
What up, ladies? Brad here. Nothing serious, just looking to have fun. Oh, and I can't read.
Now,
Yes.
I'm just kidding.
Most of you know
I forgot about that vine.
$5 bill.
That's so funny.
Next slide.
Life short. Stunt it.
Oh, I forgot to bring the Bane of Arthropod sword.
Damn, Graham, why are all these freaking cookies on the floor? Phil, can you help me?
Gotta put on my glasses, cause I can't even see past my own swag.
I need to go get the Bane of Arthropod sword to do this. This is going to be super annoying if I don't.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Patricia! Get it together, sweetie. We have a show this weekend.
A few minutes
It's an
later,
old
the bear
vine.
was spotted behind this
We have to go get our
Portland
Bane by the
barn.
Pod sword, by the way.
This recreation identifies how witnesses say the bear is into the woods.
I've seen this.
I play in a band. That's fun.
I was in a band.
Yeah, see, it's fun to stay at the
Baby, it's cold outside. I've got to go away, baby. It's cold.
That's how they actually recorded that song. With that filter on. That's how they did it.
I could go off the deep end. I could kill all my best friends. I could follow those stylish trends. And God knows I could make amends. But I've got an angry heart filled with cancers and poppy tarts. If this is how you folks make art, it's fucking depressing. And it's sad to know that we are not alone. And it's sad to know there's no honest way out.
That is so good. What? Okay, I'm closing the queue right now. This is your last moment. I'm closing it right now.
Listen to me for once.
I just closed
in
it.
your Pathetic lives. Calm down. Just chill out for 2 seconds.
Excuse me there. Okay.
Damn it! You guys have officially made me lose my marbles.
Oh my god, you guys have officially made me
lose my
What did we just watch? I'm confused.
Some unfortunate news. I positive tested for both. I positive tested for both. I positive tested for both. I positive tested for COVID. I coveted for both it.
What is happening right now?
I got a new roach. I positive.
I'm so confused.
I tested positive for both. I'm positive for both of them. I tested positive for COVID.
There we go.
14 days in quarantine.
Got it out eventually. No way. This used to be a thing. Cat Jam. No, I always wondered why there's no vampires in Africa.
Now you hit me. Now he's just hitting me with bones.
Then I remembered
Now he's just hitting me with bones.
vampires are killed by holy water.
This is just rude.
They bless the rains down in Africa.
This is rude. Ow. 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 What's he gonna do? Punch me all the way back to Snowchester? Is that his plan? Is he
Mine.
gonna beat me with the bone all the way back to Snowchester?
Thank you so much for the 11 months.
Press the button again, Foolish. Trust me.
I kind of like it. Wait. Oh,
I
it looks
can
like.
see.
Oh, hi.
What happened? Wait, I missed it. Oh, that was when they were messing with me on the prison thing where it kept summoning me back.
And your friend Steve. Do 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 Steve. Do 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 do.
Steve. Mina, yay, 11 months, almost a year. Mina.
It's not Michael.
Landing this? All day. All day.
I have your test results, Stuffnut.
Just tell me what they are. Just give it to me straight. What's wrong with me, Doc?
Guess.
Guess? What do you mean guess?
Just guess. Take a guess.
I have no idea. That's why I came here.
Well, you might want to take a seat. Okay. Do you want the good news or the bad?
No, no, no. You cannot donate a quarter of the dream short. No.
What does this color make you think of? A warm summer's day? The light of a sun? A smiling child? What does it make you think of now? Maybe the way the sunbeams are bouncing off of a still river.
No.
Maybe it's making you think.
What do you think of Bowser?
The surface of a sunflower.
It looks like Bowser from, or a bee from the Bee movie.
How does it make you feel now?
Now that I see that eyeball. It's Barry Benson, the bee. Isn't it? It's Barry Benson, the bee, isn't it? That's what it is, isn't it? That's the joke. It's really not that funny. That's what it is, isn't it? Barry B. Benson from the movie, the Bee movie. Why did I not take the Nether portal to get here, by the way? Why did I possibly go the other way?
I can't say it. I can't say it. I seriously am trying so hard. Okay. What?
It's not that funny. You like jazz?
How do you feel now?
You like jazz? Mina.
George, give me my disc. George, if you get the same disc.
Hamster.
Hamster. Fudging pastry thing is switch to the 5 tier 1s. There's an angry ghast. Gotta move. Mimir. Oh, last time we did this, I told Boomer that meant like going to sleep, but I know that it doesn't actually. It's like it's a meme based on like how little kids say it, right? I don't know.
That prison is making me feel something inside.
Oh no,
I don't know,
not
tell you this
this.
much, that prison is just hot.
Please stop. Please stop. Mimir. No, it does mean like to go to sleep or whatever. I said it differently last time. I said it was like, I don't know. I don't remember. It was something from when Boomer was here. I saw a bunch of people on Twitter say something about it.
It's Nam. I think you better sit down and take care of it.
Chat, you're misunderstanding. Now I've just led the misunderstanding to be a dual misunderstanding. Oh no.
I'll come here and answer the phone. Take care of it.
Oh my gosh.
Hi Sam. It's Nam.
Hi Nan. I don't have a Nan.
I may have run over something. Oh, here he is. All right, there you are. Okay.
Hi Nan. Amamir makes fun of Dormir, I think, is the point. I think. I could be wrong though, but I thought that was the point. That's it. We're done with the Q-ski. Nice. Nice. Just me and the activity feed now, baby. Me and the activity feed. There was like a meme about it though. I remember that, chat. It's like kids say sleep that way or something. Anyway, who cares? It literally does not matter. It literally does not matter. It was just something random that I thought of because I remembered it from that one stream when people were making fun of me or something, or were like upset that like I had misrepresented the meme, and I was like, I wasn't trying to do that, you know, in my head, but I didn't tweet about it because I didn't think it was that big of a deal. But I was like, oh, they think that I was misrepresenting the meme, which is not what I was trying to do. No more media share, chatters. Y'all did well. Y'all did well, chat. You did well. Claps in the chat for all of you. They were good today. The content came easier today. Thanks to all of you. There were some funny ones. There was a lot of angsty ones. Eldritch Sea Monster, thank you for the 25 tier 1s. Oh my goodness, Eldritch, thank you so much. Now there's no music and it feels awkward. That being said, chat, I have a major announcement to make. This is the last stream for the next 3 days. I will not... Just broke the microphone. Oh my gosh. I will not be here for 3 days. There shall be 3 days, a Tuesday, a Wednesday, and a Thursday, that I will not be here. I know this is sad news to hear. I know this is sad news to hear. But that is okay. Because we will be back after those 3 days. And it will be a Friday. And you know what we're going to do on that Friday? Potentially only sleep. Potentially I will oversleep. No lie. Potentially on that Friday, I will oversleep.
Just woke up. Why did I miss smile?
Hi, Eldritch Sea Monster. You missed a lot of the stream. I'm not going to lie. But smile. we did media share. There, big potential on Friday, I oversleep. Big time. Big. I might not wake up till like 4 p.m. Big potential of that. Big time. Big time potential of that. However, assuming I do not oversleep. Also, I'm turning on the energetic mix.mp3. Assuming I do not oversleep, there will be a stream on that Friday. Yay, yay, stream. Stream. Dream. A stream. So if I don't oversleep on that Friday, there will be a stream. There will most definitely be a stream on Saturday. Probably not a stream on Sunday. Eldritch with the 5 frown. I did it. But starting next week, there's going to be a new Sam in town. Starting next Monday, there's going to be a new Sam in town. There's going to be an everyday Sam starting next week on Monday. Every day, for at least a bit, I will bring the content. Every day, starting next week on Monday. Every day, except we'll do one weekend day. We'll do Sundays. I'll take Sundays off to sleep. But every day, there will be content on twitch.tv/Awesamdude starting next week. This is a full cam moment. What am I doing? There will be content every day on twitch.tv/Awesamdude. I shall be streaming day in and day out for the people of Twitch. They need my content now more than ever. And starting next Monday, it will be there every day. For at least an hour, sometimes more. Usually more than that, I'd say. I will appear. And I will set the people of Twitch free from boredom. I will give them the content they deserve. I will. Someone has to do it. But that's it, chat, for today. That's it. We're done today. Look at that. Look at that. 3 hours today. 3 hours we sat here and watched your crazy media share donations while we broke blocks in Minecraft. So this is the last stream for the next 3 days. But don't be sad. Don't be sad. There's great things coming. Great things are happening. Lots of great things are happening. Including...
Sam, my wallet is already crying, but daily streams, let's go over.
Happy Saf, thank you for the 5. I will feed the people of Twitch. They need this. They need my content. They need it. And I'm here for it. Eldritch Angry Face. There, I did it. We're raiding Punzo. Punzo. Everybody go raid Punzo. Join the raid. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed. If you missed it, watch the VOD. And you, on the other side of this camera, I want you to smile right now as big as you can. It looks really good on you. And you're going to have a great day or a great night. Whatever one is starting for you right now, you're going to have a great one. I believe in it. Bye.